Hello and good afternoon. For centuries, across vast swaths of Asia, Africa, and some part of Europe, the desire to have a male child profoundly shapes lives, families, and even the nations. The women, they face immense pressure bearing child after child unless a male child was born. Many a times, when she gave birth to a female child, she was blamed, she was ostracized, and she went through very difficult consequences. But whenever she gave birth to a male child, ironically, the credit went to the husband. There were several consequences. Female infanticide, child marriages to ensure that a boy was born every other time. There were many cases that showed these stark gender preferences. For example, from 1970 to 2017, there were like 11.9 million missing female birth, and same was the case in India. But something is changing. Something is changing for good. This is no longer the case everywhere. Now, the parents are preferring female child to a male child. The most stunning, almost unbelievable example comes from the IVF clinic. A decade ago, the client, whenever they went to IVF clinic, they wanted a male child. But this preference is dramatically shifting. Now, whenever the parents approach IVF clinic, 80% of the parents, they prefer female child to a male child. So, this is not only in some parts of America or New York. This can be seen in various parts of India and also in China. This societal shift is also evident how the families are making families when it comes to adoption. For example, in India, there are news that when it comes to adoption, the parents are normally choosing female child over male child. For example, out of 5 children, 3 are female ones. That is very stark reality. Data by India Central Adoption Resource Authority says that last year only, when it comes to choosing female over male, the percentage was almost like 60-70% higher. This is a powerful counter narrative to a country like India, where the preference has always been on male child. This is also a changing dynamics when it comes to preferring male over female. Similarly, in China, following the strictures of one-child policies, a growing number of young parents, they choose female over male. A 2021 study by China Population and Development Resource Center found that the nation has slowly transitioned from a country that loves male child to a country that loves female child. In Europe, surveys time and again claim that this trend is slowly shifting from male preference to female preference. For example, in US, a 2023 study by Pew Research Center claims that in America also this trend is dramatically shifting. For example, in 1990s, there was a slight preference for son, but this is not the case anymore. So the question here is, how is this profound shift happening? What is changing? What is changing? That the parents are looking for more female rather than the boys. Part of the reason could be growing belief that the females are dependable. In surveys and interview, the parents normally claim that the females are compassionate, they have better motor skills, and The sons, they tend to move up, or they are more mobile and they are not there when the parents are old. Daughters, on the other hand, are perceived to be more empathetic, more compassionate. They tend to take care of their parents when they are old. So this is not one anecdotal example, but there are social research that highlights that female have more intergenerational bonds that brings family together, and this is the case from China to India to Europe and America. Parents are also beginning to worry more about the boys. They worry that boys are more prone to violence. Like 90% of the people in jail are mostly male. They, in school, the boys tend to face disciplinary action. The statistics back this up. The boys are 5 times more likely to be expelled by school than the females. Even in India, the example, when it comes to CBSE exam, class 12, the females tend to outperform males by a margin of 6% when it comes to passing the exams. So the women tend to be more talented, more intelligent, better motor skills, and various other things that brings these preferences. Now, even in China, some parents openly say that they prefer girl child because they are less naughty. The boys are naughty, they are mobile, they love violence. That's how the boys' character has been. So, this is not about hating boys. This is not about not liking boys, but this is about real life challenges that boys face in the contemporary society. The concerns are not about loving son less, but rather a growing awareness of the society and that boys face in contemporary society. Another significant reason is cost. Normally, when we talk about cost, we talk about the dowries and the other things that are related with female. But there is certain things that boys have a problem with. For example, you as a parent have to set a business up for your boy, and in place where the real estate prices are really high, you need to buy a house for your son, you need to set his business up. That's the problem, and boys are more costlier than girls. Now, this change is not only happening because of these reasons. This change is happening because there is something really interesting when it comes to evolvement of gender. Our ideas of gender are evolving. This isn't all about practicalities. This is also about fundamental ideological shift. Families today, they now believe that female can do anything. They can run houses, they can go to offices, they can be CEO and CFOs. They excel in their careers, they excel in their leadership role, and more importantly, daughters are not seen as a burden, but rather as an agents of economic opportunities. They are someone who will succeed, but also genuinely care for their parents when they are old. They are one who will offer companionship when you are old, and also bring money home. So, this perhaps is probably the most important shift that this world is seeing in this century. What does this dramatic reversal means for our future generation? It means that traditional gender roles are being changed. They are being rewritten, not only in boardrooms and parliament, but also at the most intimate level. Within families, it means a future where the intrinsic worth of a child is being celebrated regardless of gender. Of course, no societal shift is without its complexities. We must ensure that in valuing daughters, we don't hate our sons, we don't neglect them, and we also don't neglect the challenges that the boys face in this world. The discussion is not about diminishing the intrinsic values of boys, but about recognizing a powerful rebalancing. This isn't just a preference, it is a profound re-evaluation of our human worth, of capability, and of unconditional love. It is a testament to how far we have come in recognizing that a certain gender, where every child, regardless of gender, is seen for their inherent value, their unique potential, and their capacity to enrich life. Our daughter child is really special. From the time when females were ostracized and hated for bearing a female child, to a time when the world is preferring female child, we have come a long way. This is idea worth sharing. Thank you so much.